winning an NCAA championship in North Carolina and winning 6 NBA championships and gold medals in the '84 and '92 Olympics doesn't make you the greatest of all time. Not sure what does. A Sports Illustrated writer, John Wallace, said, "He is the greatest of all time, incomparable. To compare anyone to him is an insult to him. He is on a level of his own." Here are the sites where I gathered my information relevant to my speech. My name is Candace Clayton, and the main point I'm talking about today is how I believe Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Some of you may disagree with that, so as a solution, I'm providing stats to prove why he is the best. Before I get to the solution, let me tell you about the problem. The problem you're facing is the fact that some of you do not believe Michael Jordan is the greatest to play the game of basketball. With some of the young guns in the NBA getting media attention, it can be easy to overlook the icons of the past. Here are a couple of quotes from big names that have talked highly of Michael Jordan. Will McDonough, an American sports writer from the Boston Globe, says, "Overall, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest athlete in any particular sport. He dominated the game of the Chicago Bulls and brought the NBA to its peak of popularity." And then a former NBA player, Magic Johnson, says, "If somebody says no to you or you get cut, Michael Jordan was cut his first year, but he came back and he was the best ever. That is why you have to have the attitude that I'm going to show everybody. I'm going to work hard to get better and better." So then the question we ask, who does this affect? And the answer is, it affects Michael Jordan. By the media hype towards current players, Michael Jordan may lose some appeal, and some people forget just how great he is. So in order to remind you of how great he is, I've come up with a way to prove he is the best. I'm going to compare him to one of the current NBA stars, Kobe Bryant, by providing some stats. Also, I'm going to touch on a few of Jordan's achievements. In order to bring attention back to the legends such as Jordan, I have a comparison between Jordan and Kobe Bryant. First, I'd like to point out that Michael Jordan has the most points per game than any other player to ever play in the NBA. Looking at a comparison between Kobe and Michael, I have compared their TPR, which is their true precision ratings. Jordan played 1,251 games and had a positive 137.5 average TPR for his regular season and a negative 47 TPR average for his entire career. Then compared to Kobe Bryant, Bryant played in 1,381 games and had a negative 1,381.5 average TPR during his regular season and has a negative 35 TPR for his career so far. True precision rating really separates the volume scoring shot jackers from the accurate ones. There is no way someone who has put up the number of subpar shooting nights that Kobe has and can be compared to Michael Jordan. Now I'm going to touch on a few of his awards that, in my opinion, describe his career. Michael Jordan has won 3 consecutive NBA championships twice. That makes 6 in total. He was a member of the famous Olympic team, the Dream Team, and he was a gold medalist in 1984 and 1992. He also won an NCAA championship in college with the North Carolina Tar Heels. A sports newspaper, the Daily Mind, says, "The same is true of the greatest athlete of all time. Michael Jordan trained as a kid and was pushed extremely hard by his father. Again, he showed a lot of potential, but it was his practice that made him who he was, not his potential. What made him great wasn't the hype from the media or all of his achievements, but it was his work ethic and drive that made him the greatest of all time." So after presenting the problem at the beginning of my presentation, I've given you a few reasons why I believe Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. If you agree with me or not, I provided you with statistical information, a few of his greatest achievements, and I showed you that his work ethic is what made him great. Thank you.